So they are now going to be here in 9 hours with an additional, what, 35 people? And we have how many spare beds? 25. I guess we've had a lot of people die, so I just need one more house. Look at the positive side. We have 3 hungry, but 146 food, so I don't know what's the deal there. Get some more people working. Yeah, we're getting back on top of things a little bit, I think. We have the steel we need for more research. I don't even remember what I was wanting to research at this point. Bunkhouses, or was I going to go up? Probably drafting too.
Night is coming. Put down your tools.
Okay, we almost have our people. Okay, we will then send them out to the observatory. Did I research the extra scout sleds? I did. Let's create another scout team and send them to Winter. Does the observatory lead to more places? It does, actually. I want to leave Winterhome for last, so we'll send out both to... no, never mind. I'm lying. Let's have you guys go to Winterhome. One thing to note that I always forget is if you go to a location that you have been to before, it's significantly faster for them to travel. So I can go to here in 23 hours, and then this journey here will be a lot shorter than if I go directly here in 2.5 days. So I'm gonna go there and then move on. Saying that there's 24 homeless, but we just looked at our numbers. I have no idea. So let's build 3 more houses, 2 more. And then we can assign a bunch there. What do we have? A bunch of engineers and some children. So let's get children working here as much as possible. And then use more engineers. That gives us workers that I can then send for getting more food. We still have 23 engineers. To do what? Yes, you can do that. I guess we can build our other steelwork. Try and get some more resources in, so I'm not waiting on steel again in the future. Discontent's fine-ish. Cool, cool, cool. More people dying. Okay, you guys can work there. I can sign another law. We promised food, sign prosthetics. So this creates a blueprint that we can build in the factory, but we're nowhere near factories. So congrats, I'm signing the law to allow us to make prosthetics, but you're not getting prosthetics anytime soon. Drafting machine has been researched, so that's tech level 2. Let's go with flying hunters to get more food, or do I want to improve our coal situation? More efficiency? What's the weather looking like? We're gonna have a drop down. I think, yeah, I can raise the heat up. So heat's not really a problem at the moment. So I don't think I need to go crazy there. Yeah. I think getting more food or infirmaries, that's probably a smart way to go. So infirmaries are much better at healing, but they use a steam core. So I'm gonna go with an infirmary. We have extra engineers, and dealing with our sick is a problem. We have now gotten all the coal from there, so we've caught up. That's problematic. So our automaton is just not working fast enough. Oh well. If we get more people in sometime soon, then we can deal with that. So observatory has more survivors. Something's amiss at the observatory. Snow covers the precious instruments and the dome is open, letting out a thin column of smoke. Someone's inside. Instead of astronomers, we are met by some of our lost people. They explain that they came here for help, but found everybody dead. The astronomers continued their observations until they starved. What was so important for them? They wrote it in their diaries. The loss of the sunlight can't be explained by the fouling of the atmosphere by the southern volcanoes. The sun is dimming. Well, that sounds like a problem. And we are going to escort them as well. A few children, a lot of engineers, and a couple of workers. And I should probably get some more houses ready for them. What was that? We have made it to the weather station, so let's continue on to Winterhome, where all of our problems will be solved because Winterhome is ready to help us. Almost have our infirmary. Let's build that back up. Yeah, we're gonna go with the hunter hangars. These provide 26 food as opposed to the 18 I think we're getting now. So that will be a big boost. Let's see. This is such an awkward building to place because it's 3 rows high as opposed to the normal 2 rows of those buildings. And rotating it doesn't help. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna put it here. There's a bit of a Tetris aspect to this game, where you're trying to fit things in where they best fit. We've just used our first steam core. Steam cores are a necessary component in advanced technology. We can't manufacture steam cores in the city, so let's hope that our scouts find them during their expeditions. I see. We will max out the infirmary, taking someone from medical post to make our infirmary as good as possible. At the moment, it's not super needed, but I suspect at some point we're going to need that infirmary. How cold are you? Oh, you're super hot. Let's not waste the coal then. Do I have heaters on places that are burning up? No. Probably should have heaters on some of these. Okay, our scouts made it to the city, so we're gonna have them just wait here because there's nothing to do until Winterhome is found. Oh, but we did get all those people, and we do still have 5 homeless. Okay. We'll again put them inside of this radius. I should probably look at getting another one of these to cover some of these other houses. Let's see. There. And then you can see these like light green marks that sort of mark out where things should be built to match the pattern. Which is a nifty feature to make things a touch easier. Okay, things are getting even colder. So one thing to note when you're... Oh, yeah, you're still waiting. So when you're looking at temperatures, it shows you the current temperature of what you're looking at, which means it's based upon whether people are working there or not, because these heaters only turn on when people are actively working. So if it's free time, there might not be people there, and so you'll just see the heater off temperature. So now that it's work time, we can actually see what level the heat is at the different buildings. These are still chilly. That has an automaton, so it doesn't matter the temperature. I should probably turn those on. I had a sawmill somewhere, right? Where's that at? Because that should be slowly chewing through. Oh, it's just this right here. So it still has a good amount of wood left. I don't need to start worrying about it yet. Man from Winterhome. We found an exhausted man at the edge of our city. He said that he came from Winterhome, a settlement located not far from here, and that he was the last survivor. Winterhome is dead. Everyone's dead. There's no hope for survival in this accursed wasteland. You're all doomed. You must escape. Those were his last words. So we're alone. The news has shocked everyone in the city. There were supposed to be many settlements and construction crews here, people living normal lives in homes heated by generators. But we're alone. Hope falls. How are we supposed to survive if they didn't? They're all dead? Coming here was a fool's errand. We should go back. We should never have left Britain. And look at that hope fall. Winterhome has fallen. If I was going a bit faster, we would have gotten this notification upon reaching Winterhome rather than having that survivor make it to us. But same difference. They're all dead. How will we survive here without any help? We have to go back to London. There's no hope for us here in this frozen desert. People start to gather as news of the fate of Winterhome spreads throughout the city. Some of them wanting to drop everything and flee to London. Panic is starting to set in. I must give them purpose. So now we get a choice. People are shaken, racked by fear and doubt. They've lost hope in our chance of survival. Desperation could quickly push them to commit reckless acts. We have to unite them behind a vision of the future. Decide now what will give them purpose and restore hope, or else our city will descend into the chaos that consumed Winterhome. So, pseudonym, or anyone else watching, do you think we should go with order and discipline, or faith and spiritual strength? Which one sounds more interesting? I think faith is slightly stronger as a choice, but they're fairly similar. If you don't have an opinion, I'll pick. Well, just which one sounds more interesting to you? You don't have to know what they do or what they mean. It's just, do we rally our people behind faith and spiritual strength, or do we focus more on order and discipline. Faith? All right. We will do a faith run. So this gives us a new book of laws. So we had the adaptation already. This opens up purpose with choices. So we can start with House of Prayer. We need a place to practice our faith in peace. This gives us the House of Prayer with an ability for sermons, which gives people a place to pray, which I think raises hope slightly, with a 2-day cooldown. So we will...
Hear me. New law
start building these House of Prayers. And this has opened up a new tab here for faith. So we will build a House of Prayer here. Another one tucked over here. That'll cover most of our houses. Maybe there. The Londoners. The unconvinced want to leave. Sir, you've convinced the majority, but hope is low. A group of people are still so scared that they want to flee the city for London in 15 days. They've come to try and change your mind. You say that faith will save us? Nonsense. What are we going to pray for? Food? And when we start to starve? Shouts one of them. If we don't try to reach London, we'll end up like Winterhome. Calm down, we're not going to die. I mean, some of you may die, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. Your people are divided. Some of them are so scared that they plan to leave the city for London in 15 days. They'll try to convince others to join them, preying on their discontent. Fear may lead people to desperate acts. Maintain peace, give people hope, and manage their discontent to guide the city safely through the looming social crisis. So now we have this event, the Londoners. They currently have 17 people who want to leave for London. A tendency is to greatly join them. Our goal is within the next 15 days to get this tendency to start going down instead, so that people decide to stay. And now we can explore... Oh, no, we're still stuck waiting on them actually getting to Winterhome. Speaking of, they have now reached Winterhome. We climbed up the edge of the city. We stood there, speechless, staring at the scene of devastation. It's a city of the dead. Most of the buildings are destroyed, and the generator has exploded. The fall of Winterhome. The streets of the ruined city are littered with scores of dead bodies. The City Chronicle describes the shortage of food and citizens' increasing despair. The following squabbles, riots, and descent into anarchy, fights for dwindling resources, and the eventual starvation. The last entry, God forgive us, we're eating our dead. There's no hope. May they rest in peace. We will send our scouts further into the freshwater springs, and these ones we will send off to the American camp. We'll go to the crash site first to speed up travel. Houses of prayer have been built, giving people a place to pray together and find comfort in faith. Hope rises. So now we can give a sermon which will raise our hope a little bit, and we can do that every 2 days. Okay, flying hunters have been researched. Probably should start thinking about bunkhouses. Or steam coal thumper. What's our coal situation? Not amazing. Gathering post insulation, so I don't have to heat up every single gathering post. It's tempting. Yeah, I think for the moment, heat is currently fine unless... no immediate cold front. So I'm going to focus on resources. Let's get our steam coal thumper. People-wise, we have a bunch of engineers, a few children, and workers. Oh, and let's build these hunter hangars. We can just replace the existing buildings, which is nice. Captain, our people are angry about the cold in their homes. They've gathered to protest against your neglect of their suffering, demanding that you act immediately. The Londoners have infiltrated the crowd, and they are using the people's anger to turn them against you. We better do something. So I don't have guard station or faith keepers that could help deal with this. That's one of the new laws. I will promise to heat some of the homes. I don't know if I can get all of them, but I can't get discontent to rise. So I have 2 days to raise the heat of 10 homes and then keep them heated for 3 days. So what can I do? How cold are they? They're just chilly. Okay. Let's raise that to steam level 2. Ta-da! Okay, they've made it to the crash site. Let's send them on to the American camp. But now coal is getting dangerous. So let's get, since we have a lot of people, a second coal thumper. And while we're at it, no, let's not dismantle the roads yet. Let's move this road up that way. And then we can dismantle that street out of the way. So then we'll put gathering posts along the top. And that should be enough to cover both of those posts. Freshwater spring. Several pools are kept from freezing by a hot spring deep underground. Patches of hardy lichen cling to the bare rock at their edges. It looks like a good place for a hideout. Degenerated but alive. Near the freshwater springs, we met some refugees from Winterhome. They are a sorry sight and seem to be completely unmoved by the fate of their city. Asked what kept them from starving, they look away, then mumble something about eating lichens. Sure, lichens. We'll escort the survivors to the city. And that has opened up a couple more exploration spots. But we'll need to get our people back out there to deal with that. Well, it's now no longer greatly going up. Now it's just 2 arrows up. So we've helped a little bit. People join the Londoners. Sir, the people who want to leave for London have successfully urged their friends and neighbors to join them. People are more easily persuaded because they have little hope in our ultimate survival. I see. We're now up to 25. I don't know what they're expecting because we had like lots of vehicles to get us here in the first place that all broke down. So it's like, how do you think that things are just going to get suddenly better to walk the 1900 miles on foot? Also, I assume we left London for a reason. Okay, our coal situation isn't great, but we do have research coming. American camp. There's not a living soul in the camp. We found a dozen emaciated bodies. Surprisingly, most of them were amputees fitted with prostheses. The American camp was well supplied with everything except food. Searching the tents, we found more victims of hunger. Most of them have badly worn but sophisticated artificial limbs bearing a company symbol, Tesla Manufacturing. We can only bury them and take their equipment. Let's take the resources. And then carry on to the temporary settlement. Steam Coal Thumper researched, and let's get a couple more people working there because we've got a lot of raw food and not many rations. I'm about to build a bunch of gathering posts, so having them heat themselves better would be useful. In the meantime, Steam Coal Thumper. And we don't have enough steel for a second one.
End of shift.
If you guys would like to build that, that'd be great. The Rebirth of Faith. Sir, people have started to visit the House of Prayer. There aren't many of them yet, but it might be the start of something special. It seems they really needed a proper place to worship. I'm glad to hear that. We can't yet use that ability, and we can't pass a new law quite yet. There we go. So we've got evening prayer. After introducing the law, evening prayers can be used in the House of Prayer, and each use raises hope and has a small chance of convincing Londoners to stay. It costs 20 food rations, which is rough. Or we can sign for shrines, which increase the efficiency in nearby workplaces. I'm going to go with that because efficiency is something we super need.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
So we'll build a shrine here to help our coal production. We need to build 3 of them for our promise. Okay. Whoa, sudden jump in discontent. Overtime work? I have you guys on long shifts already, right? No, I don't. Okay. Scouts have made it to the temporary settlement. The settlement seems to have been abandoned. It consists of several tidy wooden shacks that are now completely empty. An upright boulder stands at its center. Memory of injustice. The center of the settlement is marked with an upright boulder. On its roughly plain face, someone chiseled the following: "May God forgive the genius who sacrificed human lives in the name of progress, for we can't. Exiles of Tesla City." We won't touch the monument, but we decided to dismantle the huts for wood. Let's take the resources. Fishing village or walled colony? Let's see. We'll go to the fishing village first. Londoners have gained more followers. We're up to 32. I wonder if our captain really has a plan. The other cities may have fallen, but London surely wouldn't have. Okay, our scouts made it back with more survivors. Snowcliff or Frozen Grove? Where's Snowcliff? They seem to be roughly equal. So, actually, you guys, don't walk all the way out there. Walk to here first. A day and 8 hours versus 3 days and 2 hours. Yeah. Okay, we've got our gathering post insulation. That will be helpful. Steel is what we're always struggling with, so let's get the steam steel works. Oh, we need more houses. Good, good, good. Okay, so I think we could start looking into the next range research.